Have you ever wondered if you could make a real living from books without actually writing them yourself? I know, it sounds a little bit like a fantasy, right? But for more and more people, it's becoming a reality. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the world of Amazon KDP. We're going to map out the entire process from a simple idea to what could be a six-figure income. This is the publisher's journey. So, let's just cut to the chase. Can you really build a serious income from books you don't personally write? I mean, that's the big promise of KDP, isn't it? Well, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's more of a yes if. And that little if is exactly what we're going to unpack today. For a lot of people, this is where the whole idea starts. You know the feeling. The same office, the same commute, that nagging sense that you're spending your life building someone else's dream. It's the classic 9-to-5 grind, and wanting to break free from that, that's a huge motivator. And this is the dream, right? Swapping that cubicle for a laptop by the beach. And listen, this isn't just a fantasy. There are publishers out there right now pulling in six figures a year. They're working when they want, from wherever they want. The big question is, how on earth do they do it? So, what's the big secret? Well, it really all boils down to one single fundamental rule. It's something you'll hear from pretty much every successful publisher, and it's this. The difference between making money or not is finding a topic people are already buying. This isn't just a friendly tip. It's the absolute foundation of this entire business. So that brings us to the first and honestly the most critical hurdle, finding your winning topic. This is the place where most people trip up, not because they don't work hard, but because they're not following a strategy that's driven by data. And this right here shows you the choice every single new publisher has to make. On one side, you've got your passion project, the book you've always dreamed of writing. And on the other, you've got a market-proven topic, a book that you know people are already searching for and spending money on. If you want to succeed, you have to let the market be your guide. And if you need proof, just look at this. This is a real bestseller rank, or BSR, for a book. Now, this book had over 100 positive reviews. You'd think it would be a smash hit, right? Wrong. With a BSR of 1.4 million, it was making basically nothing. Why? It was a perfectly good book about a topic nobody wanted to buy. Okay, so you've done your research. You found a winning topic. What now? Well, now you have to create a book that actually stands out, and that really comes down to two main pillars. Pillar number one is the content itself. You know, what's actually inside the book. You've got options. You can write it yourself, you can hire a professional ghostwriter, or you can even use AI tools and then edit it heavily for quality. But here's the bottom line. It doesn't matter how it gets made. What matters is that the final book is high quality and genuinely solves a problem for your customer. That part is non-negotiable. Pillar number two is the packaging. And trust me, this is just as important as the content. Think about it. Your cover is your number one sales tool. A pro cover signals quality and lets you charge more. Your title and subtitle have to be stuffed with the exact keywords people are typing into Amazon. And that A+ content, the extra pictures on your sales page, that can easily be the thing that turns a maybe into a yes. Okay, so you've created an awesome book. Fantastic. But a great book that nobody ever sees might as well not exist. So now let's talk about how to launch and market it the smart way, how to turn those eyeballs and clicks into actual cash. Your first big goal right out of the gate is to get at least 20 reviews. Why 20? Because reviews are what we call social proof. They're what tell a potential customer, hey, other people bought this and liked it. You're safe. It's all about building trust, and trust is what drives sales. All right, let's talk about the thing that scares a lot of new publishers, Amazon ads. There's this myth that you have to just burn a ton of money to figure them out. That is absolutely not true. One publisher said it perfectly. You do not need to lose money with ads. If you have a good book and a data-driven strategy, you can be profitable literally from day one. And the strategy itself isn't rocket science. It's a really simple, repeatable loop. You'll launch small, targeted campaigns that don't cost a lot. You watch the data like a hawk to see what's working. And then you optimize. You kill what's not working and you put more money into what is. It's a feedback loop, plain and simple. No guesswork required. Now, check out these real numbers from a single book over just 5 months. It earned over $9,000 in royalties. They spent about $4,500 on ads and walked away with over $4,600 in pure profit. That's proof that one book with the right topic and the right strategy can be a serious moneymaker. So you've got a profitable book. That's a huge win. But the journey doesn't stop there. That's just the foundation. The real goal, the long-term game, is to scale that one book into a full-on publishing brand. And this is what that path looks like. Everyone starts in stage 1, the learning phase, just trying to get those first few sales. Then you hit the working stage, where you're putting profits back into the business. Stage 3 is the breakthrough, when your systems start humming. Stage 4 is freedom, when you can build a team. And finally, stage 5, authority. That's when you're dominating a niche and making serious money. So what's the engine that powers you through all 5 of those stages? It's one incredibly simple but absolutely crucial rule. You have to reinvest every single penny your business makes right back into growing it. Think of it this way. You start with that one profitable book. It's your first little asset, your first cash flow machine, chugging away and bringing in money month after month. But instead of taking that profit out, you use it to fund the creation of 2 more books, right in that same proven niche. And before you know it, those 2 books are funding 4 more. You see what's happening? It's the power of compounding. Suddenly, you don't just have a few books, you have a whole portfolio of income-producing assets, all building a powerful brand together. Which brings us right back to where we began. The entire journey, from that little spark of an idea all the way to a scalable publishing empire, it all hangs on the answer to that one foundational question. What are people already buying? Look, this whole KDP thing isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not about getting lucky. It's about strategy and data and showing up consistently. But here's the good news. The path isn't a secret. It's not easy, no, but it is crystal clear. And it's a path that's open for anyone who's willing to put in the work.